Sexual conduct of any kind between a staff member and a student is strictly prohibited. The age of the student is irrelevant. The prohibitions apply whether the student is 8 or 18. Likewise, consent is irrelevant. A student's consent to participate in sexual conduct does not make it any more acceptable. A careful examination of numerous high-profile incidents of school staff members becoming sexually involved with students reveal that egregious violations between a staff member and a student begin with a smaller boundary violation. One after another, the repeated violations blur the boundary line. Inappropriate conversations leading to inappropriate touches, leading to sexual misconduct. It is for this reason that the Code of Conduct prohibits any sexual conduct, not just physical conduct of a sexual nature, with students. Sexual conduct, even in jest, is clearly a boundary violation. This includes behaviors such as telling risque jokes or stories to or in the presence of a student, making or adding to sexually inappropriate comments, sharing with or allowing a student to view any sexually explicit, pornographic, lewd, or otherwise inappropriate image, photograph, or communication, whether video, audio, print, text, or other format. Grooming behavior generally involves behaviors that in and of themselves may appear innocent. Grooming involves an adult engaging in increasingly invasive boundary violations with a student for the purpose of blurring the line between appropriate and inappropriate contact, ultimately leading to sexual misconduct with the student. Grooming may include many of the boundary violations just discussed: physical contact that seems harmless, or verbal comments designed to flatter and ingratiate the student becoming increasingly invasive so that over time, physical contact and inappropriate remarks begin to seem normal. By a steady series of small encroachments, a perpetrator progressively breaks down a child's normal personal boundaries to more easily commit sexual misconduct. As a staff member, avoid activities which may be viewed as grooming behaviors. Some activities that may seem innocent from a staff member's perspective can be perceived as emotional flirtation or sexual insinuation from a student's or parent's point of view. Avoid situations that could prompt suspicion by parents, students, colleagues, or school leaders. Any behaviors which would qualify as sexual abuse or sexual battery are strictly prohibited. The criminal definition of sexual battery includes touching, whether or not through clothing and regardless of the gender, a student's genital area, buttocks, or female breasts, or otherwise taking indecent liberties. Likewise, encouraging or allowing a student to engage in these same behaviors toward you as a staff member is prohibited. There may even be times when the student is the one who initiates the inappropriate conduct. However, a student's consent or even initiation of sexual conduct does not make it acceptable. It is the responsibility of the staff member to stop the behavior. Firmly tell the student the behavior is unacceptable and not to do it again. Involve administration and parents if necessary to firmly establish appropriate boundaries.